Hello everyone, welcome to the Crossplay League. This is the third round of Season 3. We are at Hockenheim. Nett hier, aber waren Sie schon einmal in Baden-Württemberg? My name is Larry and I am back to commentating this league for the first time since August 2024. It's been quite a while. My last race was one of my favorite races I've ever commentated still. A fantastic one where I think URA just about beat Charged JT for the first time ever, and Charged won all the races before. But anyway, there's not so much time to talk about all this stuff because we only have 3 laps of qualifying in this league. URA is topping the timetable after the first shootout. And where do we see him? He is in the Etruria Ferrari team. That's something I love about these leagues. These fusion teams as well. Etruria teaming up with Ferrari. The S25M with the Force India colors laid over it is also beautiful. And after the second lap, who is up there? It's still URA with a 24.57. 24.6, that's what he said is a good time, so he's just a bit below that as well. There's a F1 fan who just took his first podium in this league last week at Brazil, where also the mobile curse has been broken. Now we are gonna cross the line for the final time. Toaster's already across it. F1 fan still on the front row, with URA taking pole position, as it seems. Aussie in P3, Elcrack. Well, no matter where I look, there is no improvements on this third lap. URA takes pole position for Etruria Ferrari. F1 fan in the neon sunsets, completely purple car here on the front row. And then we got Aussie in third place ahead of Elcrack, who's teaming up with URA at Etruria. There, of course, also their main driver in the mobile leagues. He doesn't race that often, but if he does, he is almost certainly taking a podium. Then we got Justin in 5th place, the newest race winner. Ricky in 6th place for Zypex Fusion. I think that livery is a reference to the first game, of course, and by that it is a Force India from 2018. And we get Gamer, Season 2 champion in this league, in P7 for Trident, and Senna in 8th in the McLaren from the 80s and 90s. Matt in P9 for S25M, Nitro in P10 for Fast Racing, team from Fast Pace, that must be. Omerl and also Emerl driver, sometimes Emerl, I think, on the mobile server. I don't know too much about the PC guys, but I tried my best before this race. Then 11th for Pero, new challenger, I still have to say, for Emerl. Race wins, but not a winner so far due to quite a bit of bad luck, and then also falling short on skill on the second to last lap at Brazil, for example. Then Pigeon in 12th place, with Toaster in 13th ahead of Albano, 14th. I think that is his own team, if I'm right. Zypex also always screams Albano. Yes, it does. Guy who replaced me in commentary last week in URA. Then Majumdar in 15th, and the Cyan Titans, Biscione or Il Biscione, and Alexian, also commentator's colleague now. Sadly rounding out our top 17 today. We are on the starting grid. The drivers picked their tires for the 48 laps that lay ahead of us around the Hockenheim ring. F1 fan on the front row next to URA, 2 Etrurias versus 1 Neon Sunset. Who is gonna be first to get to turn 2? Then F1 fan hits the brakes alongside URA. URA still coming out ahead with the inside line in turn 4 down towards the hairpin. Is there gonna be any chaos happening behind that? URA and F1 fan keep it clean. Aussie is up to P3. Elcrack lost the position off the start, set to lose more now as he goes across the grass in the infield, and he is down to almost plumb last. Oh, and Aussie is already hitting the pit lane. That's a very dangerous spot on this track because there is no grass slowing you down in the last corner and keeping you from not pushing the very limits there. URA has escaped with almost 1 second of a gap now. F1 fan is also on the medium tires, so he's opting for a bit of a longer first stint. And Paradrive has made a nice start. He started in 11th place, and he's ahead of his teammate and Season 2 champion in this league, Gamer 15. Also multiple time URA champion, if I am not mistaken. I'm not too up to date in that regard. But Justin is in P6. Our newest race winner also lost one position. And the two Tridents kind of laggy there as it looks. Aussie is going around the outside in the Sachs curve and passed into third again. Past Pero, Yoa and F1 still keeping it clean. Aussie and Pero drive. Not so much. Looked like they were squeezing each other into the pit wall. But on the other end, towards the hairpin we go again. Aussie, oh, now suddenly goes alongside, but that was a bit too quickly. Looked like he was just trying to get alongside at all cost. But the two Tridents still in 4th and 5th. Aussie. No, Aussie in P5, of course. That's Pero now in 3rd place. He goes wide in turn 1, though. Sets the fastest lap and, out of excitement, lets past his teammate. That's Justin making a move, maybe on Aussie. But Aussie with the better exit then stays ahead of the Flying Dutchman. Majumdar, oh, also with the same mistake that Elkruk made on lap 1. He's still down in P12. And Maju is passed by Senna, also a race winner in the Ultimate Mobile Racing League. Not a championship protagonist in either league, I would say right now, but still one of the fastest, and anything can still happen. Justin is leading this championship at the moment after winning last race at Brazil and taking 2nd at Portugal. Yoa won the first race and then only took P9 last time out, but today he looks to be back to winning, unless F1 fan can do something again about it. I've heard lots of nice stuff about F1 fan and his PC successes. I don't know how they look exactly, but I think he is pretty successful in UL, not racing on mobile anymore. But here it all comes together. Right now he's a 2nd shy of Yoa, who's also racing on PC. Justin is chasing one of the PC legends on mobile. Justin has been handed the golden phone. Is that the correct word? Yes, and now he's ahead of Gamer in a plane to Hockenheim for being the first driver ever to win on mobile in this league. It's taken 3 seasons and 2 races. Let's see if he is using it today, because he's normally driving on iPad. But the legend says that it lets you drive 0.2 faster. That's something that he definitely needs against against Gamer. But he's still got 3 people ahead of him, keeping him from scoring another podium. Yoa still cruising out front as Pero, Gamer and Justin make their pit stops. Aussie also into the pit lane, and Elkruk goes through. He's now in P5 again. There is Matt in the other S25 M-Force India. In P6 he's going for a long stint on the hard tires. Nitro up into the podium places for the moment, as Paradrive maybe also tries to undercut against F1 fan and Yoa out front. Let's see where Yoa is going to come out. Probably still in P1. Yes, he is ahead of Nitro there. And then we see Justin. Oh, nearly letting past Gamer, but I think that just looked like that on my screen here. Justin staying ahead for the moment. Gamer getting his nose in, though, heading towards turn 8 and 9. This kind of chicane exit out of this slow section, but not the best for clean racing. And Paradrive is only in P10. Something must have happened to him while he stopped, or on his outlap, because he is, I think, off the podium then, of course, yeah, because Senna's also ahead of him. Then Gamer and Justin, and there's Maju holding up Justin and Gamer for just a little while. And now he goes into the pit lane, and as they charge down towards turn 2 and down the 3 long straights of this track, Justin is ahead. And then there's Nitro, his teammate. in... That must be fast racing. Oh, and there's been a slight TP. I think I am gonna have to note that. And let's hope that we don't have to force him to retire, as Justin, Gamer and F1 Fan barge him out of the way. And F1 Fan has also lost position to Justin in the pit stop phase. F1 Fan has he stayed out so long? It looks like it, because his tires still look very, very fresh. Yeah, Yoas are a bit older, and Gamer and Justin as well. F1 Fan down to 4th at the moment, but maybe with the tire advantage later on. Already tries to send it in there. And Aussie behind that, best of the rest pretty much, I would say, but he's also still in reach. And Senna in 6th behind him, and Pero down to 7th and into the pit wall. I think that was Majumdar in the special liveried Prema Power Team car. And Elcrack in the other trio wants to get past him now. 2 Italian teams here scrapping. But Majumdar just covers off the inside, not much that Elcrack can do as he tries to come back from the misery of lap 1. Yoa with a 5-second gap after 18 seconds. What a job. And Gamer is in 2nd. Still F1 Fan is now making the move. Is he gonna restore his 2nd place? Down the main straight we go. And F1 Fan is ahead. There's no end to this battle so far. As Justin also passes Gamer, trying to face F1 Fan again. But Gamer's on the soft tires. And now I think F1 Fan's tire advantage is looking even clearer. Oh, and Justin pushing to the very limit and beyond. And going across the gravel in the final 2 corners. And yeah, Aussie is still very much in that, so now it's more like Paradrive is best of the rest. Justin and Gamer just about hanging on to their cars. They are very yeah, I think they are very light compared to the Formula eSports cars, at least the Formula eSports 2 cars that we use on mobile. These are of course the cars that also were the quickest in Ultimate Racing 2D1. They still are the quickest, I think, in this game. But yeah, very fun to drive as well. Very cool to see a league using them. I think they gained lots of popularity in this last year. And there is Gamer, who's made a 2nd pit stop already. He was on the softs before. And now Nitro in the fast racing car is trying to get past him for P5. But Gamer, of course, is once more from this race. As Elcrack passes Maju pretty easily there. Although they're both in pretty much the same tire life right now. And Pero only in 10th place. Points go to the top 12. There we see Toaster in the 2nd Neon Sunset. Minardi team owner. And multiple time URA podium finisher. But he's also struggling in the Ultimate Mobile Racing League right now. There's Pigeon, who's also made his return to racing just in these last few weeks. Great to see a legend of the game still racing. And Albano is in 14th place. Alexian ahead of Ricky and Biscione. But I think all 17 cars still in there. But I have to look further towards the front again, yeah, because Aussie is already lapping Biscione here. Justin pits for the 2nd time. Gamer goes ahead of him again. And F1 Fan is of course set to go longer again. And I think Yoa is also coming to the end of his 2nd stint. Mediums lasting 13 to 18 laps, as you can see to the top right. And the softs last 10 to 15. And the hards 16 to 22, as you can see from Elcrack's example. Nitro now pits. He goes all the way down to 10th place. Yeah, let's see where he's gonna be then. It's also kind of out of sync, similar to F1 fan, I would say. But Yoa is now putting in lots of work in this second stint. Still going. Got some pretty old tires. Let's see how well he's gonna be able to keep it on track in these few corners. And I still anticipate a pit stop from him now. No, he keeps on going. Is he going for a 2-stop maybe? With another set of mediums or hards? As Senna now becomes the first retirement for McLaren. He finished in 3rd in the first race, so already taking a podium in this league as well. And then I think qualified on the front row and retired from Brazil as well. So all his points actually come from that first round. And that is unfortunate for the Brazilian. Yes, he is actually Brazilian. Pero now on pretty new mediums. Aussie, even fresher ones. As is Justin. Gamer. Still at least with a tire disadvantage in this stage of the race, but I think he's going for a 3-stopper. As Justin is really coming close to him through the Sachs curve. This is the part of the racetrack where you need the most grip. Down the 3 straights, it's not so much, but Gamer still knows that he is probably better off just taking the slipstream of his rival. Gamer is in 3rd in the championship with taking his first podium last week. 4th place at Portugal. He's 13 points behind the Flying Dutchman. And coming very close in the end of each straight here. But I think his goal looks pretty clear. As Justin is still kind of weaving around, not sure what to do in this phase of the race. And there we see Yoa in 1st, so F1 fan, yeah, he's pitted for the 2nd time finally. And what is Eloxian doing? Eloxian rage quitting out of after hitting the pit wall. Pero doing the same thing here as I as I spectate him. But his will is not broken yet, although he very much is out of the fight for the podium. Justin Gamer and F1 fan staying very clear of that pit wall as it looked. Yeah, F1 fan now closing up on the hard tires. He's also going for a 2-stopper. Is F1 fan really gonna have to go for a 3rd stop? Yes, of course he is. Now he goes up to P2 at the moment. F1 fan is off the track. But Gamer, I think that is a lost cause. And I think that he's now out of the fight for the podium officially. After that 3rd stop, we're gonna keep an eye on him still. Maybe he's gonna deliver some action, but F1 fan is going down the inside, delivering it right now, and getting 2nd place back on lap 34 out of 48. I think Yoa is gone, but 2nd place for F1 fan. Now looking pretty clear as well. With Justin trying to hang on in the slipstream. F1 fan across the grass and Justin back through, but look at his medium tires. Maybe even he is going to be forced to do a 3rd stop. And F1 fan with a brilliant move around the outside, then towards the inside again. But of course Justin's tires make that just a bit easier for him. And yeah, Yoa has really made the difference here on the 2nd stint, and he's also gone for hard tires, so the same strategy as F1 fan behind him, but just spectacular pace from the South African. I of course knew that. I once knew that. From the South African driver in 1st place, and then F1 fan the Romanian in 2nd. Yeah, Justin in 3rd. Aussie just 1.5 seconds shy. They're on exactly equal tire life. So one of them is going to have to make quite some big mistakes or be very, very quick and just brush that pit wall every single lap. And F1 fan is on the hards now. Of course, forced to do the 3-stop. Imaginer also does a 3rd stop as it seems. And then we got Pero on 3 stops and Pigeon 2. So it's not an unpopular choice. As Ozzy now also does the 3rd stop, and F1 fan goes ahead into 3rd place. Justin makes his stop. Yes, he does. But he now takes soft tires. So now it's all eyes on the Dutchman again, as he is 3 seconds off Gamer, whose hard tires still look pretty good right now. But how is it going to be in 10 laps? The hards, of course, wearing off slower than the soft tires. Oh, yeah, it's very interesting. Justin is now gonna have to do some qualifying laps from like laps 40 to 45. Otherwise, his podium dream is gonna be gone. Yoa is also 12 points behind Justin in the championship, so I think that there is not gonna be any change in that. But Yoa and Gamer are just separated by 1 point. Yoa is ahead in 2nd. So I think, yeah, Yoa is going to come close to Justin and get a bit of breathing space between him and Gamer in the championship. But yeah, look at Justin. He's halved the gap already just because he's on softs and Gamer is on hard tires. Justin really pushing to the edge through these corners. Look at him extracting every single millimeter, every single pixel on the screen from these iconic blue and white curbs here. And now Gamer already appears in Justin's frame. It looked like he also got a lot of distance reduced here in the hairpin. And Gamer not looking that secure anymore. Now under pressure, making the mistake across the gravel in the 2nd to last corner. And Justin takes the podium place on lap 43. Mission accomplished for him. Gamer is of course still gonna fight it, because there's nothing in between them and the checkered flag anymore. But I think Justin now has the podium set in stone. Gamer, of course, is still able to pick up the slipstream, but if there's no advantage they can pull out of it later in the race anymore, I think Justin is just gonna, yeah, clear him now. Or is he? Because if Gamer holds on in the slipstream for just the next few laps, then Justin's tires are gonna be old. Older than Gamer's, basically, because they are wearing out quicker. So I think that is still gonna be a very exciting dynamic towards the end of the race. And look at Ozzy also appearing with the same tires as Justin, and now he's picked up the slipstream from Gamer. And maybe he is going to spoil the party of the, yeah, Dutchman, I want to say. Gamer and Justin are both Dutch. And Ozzy now doing the same move on Gamer out of the last corner and up into 4th place. Gamer losing 5th place while he was hoping to get the podium. But the 2 people on the softs have the upper hand, still on lap 46 out of 48. We got a F1 fan in 2nd place, of course, and then Yoa with 2 laps to go, going through the hairpin for the 2nd to last time. Their hard tire is not looking good anymore, but they have already put in the work. And yeah, Justin and Ozzy have left Gamer in the dust. He's no longer in the slipstream of the 2. Nitro in P6 and Pero on 7th place. They're on medium tires. Nitro on fresher ones. And then Elcrack still on to score some points for Etruria Ferrari as well. With Majumdar in P9, Matt 10th in the S25M. Pigeon and Albono for Zypex round out the top 12, and that's the order, maybe, because Yoa has won the German Grand Prix. Just a few seconds to go for the others. F1 fan in 2nd place, Justin on the podium, Ozzy in 4th place, Justin staying clear of Ozzy as well here. And Gamer in P5 on the 3-stop. All of them. Justin, Aussie and Gamer have gone for the 3-stop. Just Yo and F1 fan made it work at the very front. But yeah. Gamer left with some things to mention in the debrief at Trident. Nitro in P6, Paradrive in P7, Elcrack takes 8th, Maju, Matt, Pigeon and Albono, as I said. Toaster outside the points for Neon Sunset, then Ricky as well, Beaskiona. The final driver to finish the race, 118 seconds off, I'm not sure, and Aloxian and Senna. Our 2 DNFs here. Yeah, if you want me to talk about the championship standings, just DM me. Yeah, it's been nice returning to this league. Maybe you're gonna see me again if I'm needed, and if I can just jump in like that. It's been pretty chill. And we will see you we will see you. Hang on. Sorry. And we will see you at Uruguay, a race that's been held in the mobile league just 1 week ago. So maybe there's going to be an advantage for the mobile guys here. We go to Montevideo for round 4. Then we got the mid-season break coming up. So tune in again when the Crossplay League returns.